Okay. I think, genuinely, I've been muted for the past, like, 18 minutes. Apologies about that. My was not working. It wasn't actually muted. Hello, Morning Sage. Apologies. I don't know. Technical difficulties there. Apologies on that one. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. I've been talking this entire time. My mic has been unmuted because I unmuted it. But OBS was just not picking it up. So I had to unplug my mic for a second and replug it back in. Okay. What in the world have I been doing besides talking my head off and not? We're doing genes right now. That's what we're doing. We got the Prismarine, which is the any weather condition gene. We're working on getting them bred. We just started getting the upgrades. Man, I feel stupid for not looking at the actual audio meter. But yes, how are you doing, Morning Sage? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I was talking. I need to look over. Yesterday's live stream, I did a few test runs, and this time I didn't. I was kind of running out of time, and yeah, so that happens. So anyway, yeah, we hopefully are good to go now. I hope I'm not too loud. I hope nothing's too quiet. But let's get this stuff going. Man, that is embarrassing. All right, anyway. So, we've got the gene stuff going. We got powered centrifuge, the very high from the kamikaze bees, the bottler with a piston that's always extended. You need the walls around it. It makes it easier. The gene indexer, of course, throw any and all genes you have in there. It'll combine it once you give it a redstone signal. Now we're working on the breeding chamber. So the breeding chamber will allow for us to get the bees going. One thing I forgot is we actually need flowers. Good thing we have an excess of poppies. Doodly-doo. And that should start going. I don't know if speed upgrades fully affect this that much, but that'll be okay. So this, of course, is the guy that gives us the weather tolerance of any. Yeah, I listened to myself here a few seconds ago, and I don't sound too quiet. The game might be a little quiet, but it's because I've got most sounds muted, in all honesty. Oh. Let's grab some cages here. Let's check on these guys. Nocturnal. They will become proper here in a while, I hope. Yeah, I don't think speed upgrades affect this at all. But I've actually been enjoying messing with bees this go around. And I think mostly because I'm streaming it. I actually was talking about this whenever I was muted. But genuinely, I think recording bees is probably the most boring thing you could possibly do. Because you have to make sure you're keeping it within a 30-minute time frame. And I really don't feel like breaking this up into like hour-long sessions of just breeding bees and stuff. So we're probably not going to breed a whole lot of them on camera. Really, the only bees that I care about are probably our ancient bee, our Aldemodium bee, our vibranium bee, and an unobtainium bee. I don't really care about any of the others. Maybe in the future we'll have to care about them. We'll see. I mean, because I'm not sure what the Aldemods 9 star requires. I know there's also the Aldemods 9 bees or Aldemod bees as well, where it actually allows for you to get the stars from bees directly. So that's a thing. Yeah, because it's the star shards come from the bees. I don't even know how you get the bees. So a starry bee, which is a Patrick bee with an Aldemods 9 star block. So you actually need to get through the Aldemods 9 star. And then this breaks it down into several different things, right? So this tells us we need to get into Forbidden Arcana. This tells us we need to get into Powa. which is the nitro batteries, which actually, we're already there on this right here. We're done. We've actually got the ability to make these batteries. It's just everything else here. So there's advanced generators. And we've already got the ability to make those. Fluid discs, mega cells, all that stuff. We could do that. The only thing we really don't have here is antimatter in the jet suit, because that's Ad Astra, and that's mechanism. The flight module, that's not that hard. Not that hard at all. So there's some things we're still missing on that one. Creative essence, huh? Man, that is some nuts stuff. Okay. We're just kind of waiting for things to breed, right? I guess I should take them out, right? And then there's the incubator, is that what it's called? Yeah, baby incubator. Back to bees, right? So we're going to grab a BB incubator. We're going to set that here. We're going to go pipes. Set that there. Set that there. That there. And then whenever we get a baby, it should funnel in here. And we'll just grab some power cables. And some speed upgrades. Or upgrade speed. Just so we can actually find them in our system. Though I don't want 23 of those, but I think it registered only 2, so that was good. And then honey treats, right? Yeah, honey treats by the dozen. So let's just grab a hopper. Toss in the honey treats. That way it's a little bit less maintenance on our part. Okay. So that should be good to start getting us all of the prismarine babies that we can then take once they're adults and squish them into genetic material. Which is horrific. PETA would hate this mod, I think. I don't know, does PETA care about the well-being of insects? Is there a foundation that cares about the well-being of insects? Honestly, I don't even know that question. I don't know the answer to that question. That's a question to ask, right? I'm probably not going to be able to get this child bee in there yet, so... Yeah, I think with bees, like productive bees, it's really intimidating just because the absurd amount of bees in general. Like, even because all the mod actually adds more bees on top, right? But for the most part, this is not really too bad. There's a bamboo nest now? I didn't know that. Didn't know there was a bamboo nest. I'd assume it probably does the exact same thing as every other nest. But it actually doesn't look like it's got any information on it. Interesting. There's also Greg Tech bees and stuff in this as well. Which I'm not touching any Greg Tech bees as of current. You would have to fight me on that one, that is for sure. So I just do not feel like suffering that much. I don't have enough time to suffer that much, in all honesty. Let's set this up where it's like a full rotation. So right as it's done, it gets pulled out and pushed into here. That'll be good. And it looks like the speed upgrades are helping, I would say, from what it seems like. But yeah, morning, if you have any questions, because I did miss quite a bit, do ask. I am here to answer questions. and hopefully help you, but I also may not know a whole lot about bees, because I've only done this once, which was with the Direwolf 20 pack, and I kind of did a lot of that off camera, in all honesty. A lot of the breeding, I guess, out off camera. Okay, what are we going to do with all this material? I think what we're going to do is we're going to bite the bullet here and just funnel it into the gene indexer. Even if we really don't care about what's in here. Glitching out a little bit there. But this will work through it and figure out which ones it can combine and all that stuff. Even if they're not useful, at least it'll be organized, and instead of just throwing it all into a chest and leaving it, that'll be okay. So we should be able to find like weather intolerance any in here, and none. Any, there's 100% one, which is fantastic. We've got probably just a need for a few more adult prismarine bees. Man, I really want to get rid of this child. The reason I can't get rid of the child, by the way, is if you put a child in here, it will actually not crush the child. And actually, I think the child is kind of stuck. Yeah, see the little child? It will not actually be able to be squished, which is probably for, like, humanitarian reasons. Squishing children does not sound like something you should do. Okay, more gene material. I know, like, the guide here, something I was looking at earlier whenever I was muted, is the fact that it talks about how to do this, how to do the actual gene sequencing, and how it's like, put a piston here. This is the stupidest way to do it, because you have to place the bee, press the button, basically at the same time before the bee runs away. Don't do it this way. Put a lever on top. The bottler is still accessible and usable. You don't have to activate it. I mean, I've shown that several times where I just keep dropping them and they squish. So, let's see. Just waiting on these bees to grow. Haha, get rid of the child. Okay. So, and I hope that was clear earlier as well without me talking, where we got the prismarine bees through the fishing. That is the only way you can get prismarine bees, sponge bees, oil bees, and I don't know. There's probably a few extra bees out there. So there's certain bees that require special conditions, and I think there's a higher percentage of actually getting the prismarine, the sponge bee, and all of those when it rains. So that's something else that's actually pretty cool. There's also a whole book on bees as well, but I just kind of forget, and I just don't care enough to actually look at the book. I'll guess until I get it right, I think. That sounds like a terrible philosophy, but hey. I wonder why bees take me so long to get through. Okay. 75% on any. Okay, so there's our next 100%. So we're just tossing these in the backpack for right now. So we've got very high productivity, which will just give us more output. Weather tolerance, any, rain, shine, whatever, we're good. The next one I want to worry about is getting... What is it actually called? Let me see. There is a second gene. I may need to get the book for this, actually. Productive. Do I have the book in the system? I don't think I do. I think I have it in a chest. Productive bees. That's extreme reactors. I just have a whole bunch of random crap sitting in these chests. Okay, I don't think I have that book. Not in the backpack. Man, I have so much stuff everywhere. It is ridiculous. Okay. Guide. Book. There it is. Big Book of Bees. Because I want to look and see what that last trait's actually called. So we're looking at genes, genetics, bee attributes, So productivity, weather tolerance, behavior, endurance, temper, effects. I think we're looking for behavior. Actually, I just realized this is called behavior. I didn't even notice that until just a second ago. Goodness. We're looking for Metaternal right here, this very bottom one. So Metaternal works all day and night, which is exactly what the bees that we have attached to the flag or the fence post down here are doing. Basically, you force them to sit outside during weather, during daylight, nighttime, and sooner or later these guys will become metaternal. There's no guarantee that they will within a certain like time period. It's just kind of random, and they also do take damage. You can see that these guys are missing some hearts. I actually splashed them earlier with the healing potion, but if we pick this guy up, so this guy's still nocturnal. You can see in the behavior section, still nocturnal. They started out diurnal, which is the daytime one. So we're just kind of letting them sit until they give me what I want. Some may call that inhumane. I call that unbelievable productivity. I had to think of a word to say there. Really, I don't have any idea. Let's get that going there. Okay. So those should be good. We really don't need any more of these guys until we actually get the genes all we want. Then we'll start breeding these guys to actually be useful in a sense, because right now they are useless to me because I want to be able to make sure that we are having the best bees outright. And you could breed up and get several bees if you wanted to, but my plan is to get 2 like bees, like the green carpenter, for example, give them the genes, which, I mean, we could actually just start this here real quick. Do we have any bees that we want to do? Because I don't want to do these guys because they're in the middle of doing that. So we've got 2 yellow carpenter bees. What I want to make sure is that we can breed these guys first. Okay, you can see that they're breeding up. Let's just make sure it goes through all the way. Because I know some bees say they can breed together, some bees say they can't. Like the colored carpenter bees, I think, are the most basic bee out there. And so, I don't think there's really any use for them. So we could basically get them to the highest genes and then just breed them, squish them, get the energetic material, and feed it to the bees that we're actually needing. So, for example, like the glowing bee, and any other kind of bee. I know there's also the way you can combine. Let's see, because giving this to the bees is just giving them a honey treat. So the gene sample plus honey treat. I can't recall what else we need to do with that. So we'll look. We'll test here after this guy gives us a bee that is an adult. Okay, bees hopping in and out of this nest is really annoying. I just say something about being annoying, and then this wandering trader makes a dang noise. Okay, that is a prismarine bee. Where did the prismarine bee come from? I don't know. It got squished. Okay. So yellow carpenter bee. What we're going to do, we're actually going to figure out how we actually do this, because I can't recall. I'm pretty sure we actually need to get honey treats and feed them to the bee. So this is very high productivity. So we're going to get this guy going, feed him that treat, not let him run away, and then we should have a very high productivity yellow carpenter bee. Okay? And that's why I've gotten 2 of these sets, by the way, is because we want them to then breed and then give us more of all of them all at once, rather than just a little bit at a time. So let's see. So this guy should be making up another adult. So now let's get the any weather tolerance. Okay. And I'm actually kind of thinking about getting a system set up that we kind of just sit down and just let it cycle. So basically, my thought here is we have that honey essence from mystical agriculture. If we can take that, combine a few other elements together, we can make infinite honey treats, make um like a loop of cages. I don't know if we can deploy bee nests. Well, I mean, we could try. We're gonna try that. And also make sure that you're being careful on whenever you give honey treats. You saw that cycled through. It gave me the next one, which was the very high, which that bee already had on that first bee. This guy here, we had him. We gave him the any weather tolerance, and then it switched to the very high. If you accidentally click it, it does nothing, and it just wastes your gene that you have. So if you accidentally feed them 2 genes that they already have, well, good luck. You wasted it. Not great. I've done it before. It's a pain in the rear. Okay. Especially for like very high, because I'd have to go breed or get kamikaze bees again. So let's see. So we're gonna keep the prismarine bees because those are the only 2 prismarine we have. I'm kind of trying to formulate now a little bit of a strategy to get like a system we could automate. And we could experiment. We really can right now. So let's see. How do we dispense a bee? Can we actually put it out of a dispenser? Because if I can do this out of a dispenser, that would be pretty cool. But I don't know if I can. Okay, so what I'm thinking right now is I've got no idea. I can understand where we've got 2, but if we can get this to be able to automatically breed bees for us, I think that'd be fantastic. But I also don't know if there's a way to tell this if it's full to cease operation here, because I don't think that carries a redstone signal. I don't think it cares about a redstone signal. Right? Like, I would think that this just operates no matter what. So if we just take this yellow carpenter bee, we sacrifice him. This does not care about redstone. Not in any capacity. So, I wouldn't know how he'd go about this. Let's see. So, we've got the breeder, right? That requires flowers and cages. The cages should loop through the entire system. So you basically throw in 8 or 16 or 2 or 3 or whatever. They should loop through the entire system. And basically, so it goes from this point where you've got the poppies, the actual sturdy bee cages, the bees that you want, and then those funnel off into the bee incubator, which would have the honey treats. Oh, maybe. So then we got the honey treats, which is a separate automation because honey treats require glass bottles, honey bottles. We could pull that from our AE2 system. We have it up in that direction, so we could probably get a wireless connector out here that would just auto-craft, so we don't have to worry about glass, we don't have to worry about honey. The only thing I would worry about is honey seeds and probably getting more of them. That would probably be my only thought process on that. And then once they get out of here, they are then thrown into a dispenser, which then clicks repetitively. Let's see. Let's just go for it. Let's try something here. So I don't even know if we would need too much logic on a dispenser like this, in all honesty. Because really, you're going to just be rapid firing it. I don't think there's a cooldown for this. The only thing you'd want to make sure you don't run out of is bottles. And since you have the AE2 system over here, you would be able to just do it that way. So let's see. So if I threw in these 3 adults, and I just threw on a timer. Do we have any kind of normal timer? RF Tools utility coming in clutch. The most like excessive. What? What just happened? Why did it just deploy a bee? I'm so confused. Oh, okay. We just threw a timer down for every 40 seconds. Let's see. Set the delay in ticks. Every 20 ticks is 1 second. So if we did every 15 seconds, or every 15 ticks, would this potentially work? It actually looks like it's not going to work. Now let's just rotate it. Why is that actually not working? I'm curious. That's the issue. The piston's in the way. Well, modular routers with an activator module. Because I basically want this to just continuously go off, right? I mean, there's no real need for this to be like, hey, turn yourself off. Because there's no way that the adult bees are going to get pulled out, right? So if we did that, and we set this to front, we do, let's try sneak, look level, and then right click, and then we're only going to right click. So let's blacklist sturdy bee cages. I don't know if NBT is going to be factored. So we're going to match. Okay. So let's try that. Well, actually, did it just do it? What just happened? Why are you looking? Okay, I'm very confused. Yeah, it's like forcing it into the piston. Are you kidding me? He got away. Oh, they both are in here. And this is why we need them to be meta-eternal. Because they will never actually really need to go in their hives. Okay. I think that poses a problem. Uh, unless you kind of timed it, which I really don't want to do. I don't know why they made like everything else easier but the gene squishing. Like there's a block for nearly everything. Oop. Alright, am I back? I just saw it drop off there for a second. I hope I'm back. Okay, let's stop doing the breeding here. I'm honestly kind of curious if anybody's actually got this to work successfully. Like automating purely like all of it. I don't think I've seen anything like that. I mean, dispenser or modular routers. You just basically need to time it. So I would think really you deploy a B. Let's see, because I think we kind of had this right. So if I deploy a B using a dispenser, let's get this place back down here. Let me go capture this B real fast because this is our one of our test subjects. And then all I'm thinking is we basically need a timer here and then a repeater. Let's see, this might actually be super simple and I may just have been overcomplicating it. And I may just overcomplicate it here again for a second. But I'm curious if redstone conduit would connect to this. Okay. I don't know how well this is going to work. So we're extracting. We're going to insert. Insert. So you kind of see where I'm going with this. This piston is going to activate constantly, which is annoying as crap. So let me muffle it. Okay. And then, so we do Carpenter B. Carpenter B. Right? And that totally functions. That's the thing. So, I mean, and it guarantees that the B is going to be placed. If you're concerned... Oh, yeah. I need to do that. Pause when redstone's active. So you would be guaranteed that the thing is going to work. But I would think the solution, personally, I would go with is modular routers, because we should be able to do just enough with this to actually get this to work better. But I don't think I could use redstone conduits here. Yeah, redstone conduits are really touchy. See, I wish I had some sort of red alloy wire. It would help so much. And there's no redstone pin in this, right? There's redstone pin. We do have like this stuff, which is the tiny redstone. But I really don't want to use tiny redstone. I just want something simple. Because this can go on a wall, but redstone repeaters can't. But we also could just do... Because basically the thought process is here, and we'll demonstrate here. So let's actually grab the B that's in here. So I think I know what I'm trying to shoot for. Well, the problem is you want to have that delay. Redstone? I could, but I need that redstone delay, I think. Let me see. Because I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about doing something like this. If I can stop flying for a second. Like that. And then have your timer. But then your issue is you have this firing at the same time as this. And that could cause it to go in here, I would think. As you put this guy in here. Yeah, see, there's that effect too, where the bee is currently stuck inside of this. I mean, let's try it with a dispenser real quick. That's not where I meant to place that dispenser. See, I think the speed is too fast. Because now he's stuck. Yep. Okay. So we need some... We do need a delay. And I guess actually, technically, we could just do that. Right? No. Okay, that's not going to work. Yeah, I could do that, but that is excessive. Do we actually have... If we had Cyclic in here, this would be significantly easier. Cyclic has its own entity detector that's configurable, which would be pretty nice here. So what I'm thinking is we could overcomplicate this a little bit. But honestly, with all the mods that we have in here, I'm genuinely surprised we don't have anything better for redstone. So let's see. So I could do something like this, right? Where we kind of power... Oh, well... let's go for it. Let's just try it. Because if we're able to do something like so... And just have this insert, take off extract, insert. On site with the llamas. Okay, anyway. Insert, and then we had the timer sitting, for example, right here. And we had a piece of redstone. So then we do something like this. Oh, wait, that can actually activate a fishing rod? I didn't know that. Whoops. So something like that, I think, is what I'm thinking of. So then what I would want to do is get just a pipe upgrade. Actually, do I have some? I have 3 on me. So the pipe upgrade and an item pipe to then take the cage. Let's see. And this is temporary, by the way. This is not how the setup is going to go at all. I am just experimenting. And we could say, we could actually probably have the baby incubator here. Like at the end of it. So then you filter your cages back out directly into that. No, that's not where your cages go. Your cages actually go in here. Okay, hold on. I need to clear out my inventory real quick. I was about to smack another wandering trader, but it's these stupid villagers over here. Man, I was on like attack mode for a second. I was like, oh crap. Oh, it's on site with those guys for some reason. Okay, anyway. So we could funnel this back in. So for example, we toss that in there. It should get funneled. And then we could have like laser IO under this thing that would be funneling in the poppies, the poppies, and that's actually it. The poppies and the cages would just automatic, right? So you've got that sorted. Then you could put your baby incubator here. And you could probably do laser IO if you wanted to. So it goes from there. Where's my speed upgrades? There to there. And then the only thing you need to worry about here is honey treats, right? And then your output would go back into... And this is a rough draft, right? This is definitely a rough draft. We could do pipes. Let's make sure we just have upgrades on these. So we could say, let's throw in our normal bees. These just kind of crappy bees. And then we could have an item collector. Chest. We could do an oak chest for now. And we could have this sitting... kind of wonder, could we have this as a wall? I don't know if we could do this, but I want to try this. Oh, we don't want it basic. We want it advanced because we want to specify what we want to pick up. So we'd want to pick up squashed bee material, whitelist, and nothing else would be picked up. If that makes sense. And we'll close the gap. Okay, so none of this is going to work because we actually have not picked out the flux point yet. And to do a flux point, this would actually be laser IO too. But right now, we're not setting this up fully, so we're just going to go with this. So we put power down here for right now. And we could run that through laser IO. Because remember, laser IO, we can do so many things to so many different sides with just a couple of things. So definitely going to be the best option for a lot of the transportation. Okay, so now we're waiting on bee breeding. And then once that's done, we'll start getting the child. The child will become an adult. The adult will then be sent through this pipe into the modular router, which will then be activated, squished, sent. The cage will be sent back into the actual breeder. The other thing should be sent in there. Well, also, one thing we need that is very important is a demagnetization coil. Magnet. Let's just look up simple magnet. I kind of forget what it's called sometimes. Is it called a demagnetization coil? Yes, it is. And we'll just grab the advanced and set that right here. And we're just going to say we cannot pick up squished bee material. Whitelist. A pretty large area. Right? So we're coming up with a child here. So let's just watch this. Let's see if this does what we want it to do. Because if it does, this is actually pretty cool. Okay. And we get the material. We actually did not. And I'm wondering if it's because this has NBT on it. It does have NBT. So ignore NBT. Let's throw this on the ground again. Okay, so there was our issue. As long as it matches NBT, or it doesn't match NBT, we should be fine. So then our next thing really would be to just funnel into the hopper. The hopper then does that, goes in here, and that is actually, somewhat of a fully functioning system. Really, we just need to connect our 82 system and get the actual proper stuff pushed into these that are required, and we would have an absolutely fantastic bee breeding system and gene manipulation system. Genuinely, that is actually pretty cool. And that is how my brain works, folks. I have to process things. I try several different things. It's like between episodes or during episodes, there's plenty of clips that I've just straight up removed. Because I spend about 2 or 3 hours, let's try this, let's try this, let's try, and it gets annoying, in all honesty, to me. So I remove a lot of it, but that's how it works. How many mods is this combined? Oh, goodness. As long as it works. I mean, you could probably do this purely with redstone, like vanilla redstone, right? You could do this probably a lot easier, where you kind of just pick up the bee cages and also the squished bee material with a dispenser, because you drop the cages after you use them. So yeah, that is a thing. And I think for right now, we're actually going to turn this off. So that is functioning. I mean, if we wanted to, once we get... Oh, did this guy die? I think this guy died. Or he escaped. Well, shucks. I think he died. I genuinely think I may have killed him in all honesty, but alright, let's pick this guy up. How's he doing? Metaternal. Ha, but I only have one Metaternal, and I don't think I actually have the ability to get this guy. I don't know how breeding works with one-off traits. Well, I guess we can experiment. I have a green carpenter bee in here. I do. Let's experiment. So I'm actually going to take this pipe off for right now. Let's see if we can get another Metaternal gene. And if we can, that'll be fantastic. If we can't, that may not be fun. Honestly, I'm really enjoying this episode. Like, trying to think about automating that. That was... Thank you, Morning, for giving me the ambition to actually go and try and automate this. I think we may do an episode, like a genuine episode, on getting something more compact or, you know, more put together with this system. But I think this is a very good building block. Oh, I'm hoping I get Metaternal. I am hoping I get Metaternal. Because I really don't want to wait on another bee. Come on, you're almost there. How are we doing with sturdy cages, by the way? Not too bad. Ha, Metaternal. Yes. And now I'm going to have to do the unspeakable, which is Sweet Home Alabama. No, that's like Oedipus Complex, ain't it? What is it? That's just messed up. That's what it is. We won't even try to give it a name. It's messed up. Welcome to Minecraft, where you force parents to breed with each other. Breed with their children. Yeah, I mean, there may be other people out there that have done it. Oh, I actually just pulled that out. I don't know. Let's see. Fully. Let's see. I don't even know what to look at. Automatic gene productive bees. Let's see. I see genetic manipulation. See somebody doing something with modular routers. I don't really see anything. Well, there's how to automate productive bees. What is this? Loud. That's what that is. Yeah, that's not really automating it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'll have to look. Because genuinely, I don't think I've ever seen it. But maybe there's somebody out there that has done it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to breed mother with child. Is it mother? Is there mother and father bees? How did bee breeding work? Like, actually, honestly, I don't want to answer that question. That question is left to the unknown. Okay, but with that, we're going to activate this. Turn this back on. And let's make sure. So that's starting up. So I probably want to get this stuff out of the way. But this rudimentary version will work for the recording, or for the stream. And I think we'll probably do a little bit more shenanigans tomorrow, because I'm probably not going to be able to get an episode out, right? It's about 8 o'clock where I am, and I'll probably go to bed about here at 9-ish. So no episode tomorrow. I'll probably do another live stream. It may be a live stream week, in all honesty. Where we'll probably just spend some time chatting, getting some, getting some breed, like actually breeding up bees and converting bees and stuff, because I haven't really showed that off. Um, but I'll try and make an episode out of actually automating gene production. Um, because I think that would be fantastic. Oh yeah, we need to get honey treats, because you need a ton of honey treats for these to actually work. I think it's like 20 honey treats. I think. Yeah, I think it's about 20. So honey treats are in demand. Let's see, can we grab some more? The only thing is I will probably use creative hopper botany pots, which are the like super expensive tiered botany pots. But of course, all the mods 9 doesn't have that mod in here. So I'll probably have to try and figure out something. So I don't look so it doesn't look like, people think I'm cheating or something while doing it, I don't know why it irks me so much that I keep saying that, but it's like it's something I keep bringing up. Like I don't think anybody in my comment sections has brought up that I've actually been using the tiered botany pots, but I'm like afraid that somebody's gonna comment and be like, "How dare you modify the pack?" Because I did that with the Direwolf 21.18. Most likely, because I think I started here at 7 p.m. CST, and I'll probably throw up another thing where what I did this morning, where I was like 7 p.m. episode 34, day 2, um, kind of thing. So probably, most likely. The only thing is if I put a community post out saying, "Hey, no stream today" or whatever, or maybe later, because I do have some things that happen at work, and occasionally I have to be over a few hours, and my work is like 30-40 minutes out, depending, so things happen, and that's life. But hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it doesn't happen this whole week, because I would love to try and get as many streams as we can done. Okay, so we've got Green Carpenter Bee with Metaternal. So how are we doing over here with Metaternal? What is the color of Metaternal? Yellow. So we got 32% and 100% there. So we don't really need the dineural. So we actually could just toss the dineural here. We'll just throw them away. Also, to activate and deactivate, just pressing T. That's the default keybind for that trash can. You can technically do it in any inventory. Yeah. Well, and I think the thing is with like all the mods 9, you have mystical agriculture in here, and by far, botany pots, the default recipe for the botany pot tiers is not cheap. Like this is the creative botany pot, which is a golden apple, enchanted golden apple, which of course is 8 golden blocks of gold and an apple, 2 blocks of netherite. The Ultra is a Nether Star and 2 diamond blocks, and then Elite. Yeah, it's not cheap to do those. Yeah, I hate driving back and forth, but got to do what I got to do. At the end of the day, got to make the big bucks, right? So we should be able to really max out a bee this episode. Man, that's awesome. I think I've completely crushed the last time I did this. But having the mystical agriculture honey seeds in here is what's really helping, because I don't have to wait for all the honeycombs and stuff to be produced. I can just kind of get it, and it's good. But I'll have to try and make it lean towards all the mods 9 without botany pots. And if you really were looking for something, I think the phytogenic insulator would be the best option, especially if you can get a dragon steel integral component, I think. Or is it draconic? Is it a draconic integral component? Yeah, draconic integral component with an integrated, or with the whatever you call it, the phytogenic insulator, that would work. Yeah. And I mean, you get resources pretty heavily, but honestly, if they included this in the pack, you'd probably just have it add all the modium blocks and stuff. But I think the recipe, I don't even have nether stars automated as of current. So it's not like it's super overpowered. Like I genuinely have to go get the nether stars every time. And I don't even think I have any more nether stars. I have 7. I guess I killed a few withers at some point. I think I remember when, because I just grabbed as many skulls as I had and I just went to town. And I would think that adding like industrial foregoing souls stuff to this, you could definitely increase the amount of drops and speed at which this operates in general. I wonder, can an observer? No, the observer can't detect entities, right? But I mean, if you had something like the like integrated dynamics, you could really simplify this. Well, I guess it depends on your definition of simplify. Because if you wanted to simplify this, I think this is probably the simplest way, where you're not really detecting anything, you're just going. But the more conservative way would be integrated dynamics by putting like a reader here and saying, hey, is there something here? If not, don't do anything. If so, activate the dispenser and then activate the piston, which is a valid way, 100% a valid way. But I want to kind of go for simple. I love integrated dynamics and everything it can do, but man, integrated dynamics is a pain in my rear 9 times out of 10. And it just adds an unnecessary layer of complexity to things, especially in this case. So, okay, how are we doing? Eternal, still nothing. Are we not squishing? We're just squishing very slowly. It is. It's a really cool mod, but man, I don't even have I don't have it set up right now. I don't even have like really a whole lot of stuff from integrated dynamics because I really haven't went in and got mineral and all that stuff. I think the only reason I got into integrated dynamics was for getting very early game duplication of the or doubling of netherite, the ancient debris and all that stuff. That's the only reason I got into it. Okay, what is happening? Okay, so that one processed. So we got the Metaternal. We got one Metaternal. So where's our pretty decent bees? So any of these. So plop you down, do that, capture you back. So you are good to get breeding, really. So this is the bee that we would be using in this system. Is the very high any weather tolerance, Metaternal. The endurance and temper I don't really care about. If you wanted something that has a higher endurance, I guess you could go for it. I don't even know what endurance actually does. Let's see. After the bee's max health, with a higher endurance, the bee has a chance to not lose its stinger when attack levels are weak, normal, medium, or strong. Temper, bees have different temper. Some will attack on sight, and others will avoid harmful interaction. So they're not really useful. Yeah, the squeezer. I think I even went and got the mechanical squeezer. I think I still have that. Because I think I used that. Here, let's go, which floor is it? It is this one. I actually still use this machine down here because I use it for blaze rods. They tweaked the recipe and nerfed the raw ore output, huh? Did they? I don't know what you mean. Probably. I know one of the things I use now is the crusher recipe, which is a default mechanism recipe, which is 1 to 3. That's what I was talking about. But yeah, I use this for blaze rods because it gives you 5, which is not bad at all. How are we doing in our farms, by the way? 34. I checked this last stream. I've got about 1,000 more on there. Oh, we are getting honey seeds. I need to go put those up. Ooh, actually, that's a good thing. I was like, honey seeds, I need to go put those away, but I'm like, wait, honey seeds, I actually can use those so much. Let's see. Storage, that's where I need to go. Let's hover real quick here. Okay, and we're gonna get a void upgrade. Just real quick here. So, also one thing, mystical agriculture, you can actually just seed reprocess these in the seed reprocessor to get actual essence. I just don't do it because I may need the seeds sooner or later. Used to get 4. Yeah, the occultism, yeah. I just wish there was a better overall system that was a little bit simpler to get into. Because I know mechanisms, it's fun, but man, I've done it almost every time. And this area is chunk loaded, right? These 2 chunks, I think, are chunk loaded. So we got another Metaternal. Fantastic. So we are looking for this bee. Okay. So now we can actually stop these guys. Oh, it looks like they were actually cycling into here. Huh. Okay. Industrial Foregoings is actually pretty good. I think it was 5 times or 6 times. I believe. But I know it requires liquid meat, which is, of course, just the mob slaughter factory with, like, zombies or whatever. You know, I mean, it's not bad to get that. Definitely not. Okay, so we have... Yeah, with the fermentation station, the washing station, all that stuff. Because I think the washing station's the first, isn't it? Yeah, because it goes washing, and then from washing to fermentation, and then fermentation to fluid sieving, and then from fluid sieving to smelting. And then I think there's toggles inside that change the output of time. The more time is involved in each production. So it's really not the greatest either because it takes so much time. And there's also batching that you need to do with the actual fermentation station and all that stuff. Yeah, it's a good system. I think I've done it once or twice, but oh, good. The thing is, you only get the liquid meat with killing it though, and the piglet has like 900 health. Does this? I don't know. Does it one shot it? I really don't know. And we could test that. So I think I found an issue with this so far. is if the bee matches the exact same that's inside here, I think it actually pulls it from the yeah, we'll try that. I actually have one still set up, so we could try that. Just get rid of some stuff here real quick. So we're about to get the crush in. Okay. And that pushes into here. And that goes through. And we should have our first batch of let's see. So the Metaternal, the very high productivity, and then the any trait. The rest of these can actually be yeeted into the void. And we'll get a few odds and ends with like the endurance and the temper, but for the most part, we'll also get the gene sample of the actual bee themselves, which is like the type. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. The Ender IO, I would think they probably nerfed it to make it slower, or it's just in general slow. I don't recall. It's been so long since I've actually used one of those. Okay. But we're going to leave this bee for now. I think we'll pick back up on it tomorrow, where we're actually going to start breeding bees. This should run, hopefully, while I'm stepped away. Hopefully. We're probably going to need some more bee cages. So the only issue I see right now with this is if the bee matches exactly, if the adult bee from here matches this one of these bees exactly, it will then pump that adult bee back in here and not actually take care of this. So I'm wondering, we may need to figure out some better NBT filtering or something with Laser IO to potentially do that. Yeah, I genuinely bees are fun, but this is probably the most annoying process, even though we've automated it, so it's going to be a little bit less so. So I'm excited to see how far we go with that. But let's go /home. We're actually going to pop back to the old base, and we're going to go get a mob capture. Let's just go for this. Let's actually pick up a couple. Man, I'm really tired of these Easter eggs. It's really annoying. So we're going to go here. Then we're going to go here. And then we're going to go up. Well, I hope you get to stop by sometime this week, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing a whole lot of bee breeding and stuff. So you're not going to miss too much, but those streams will be, of course, still on the channel and everything. You know. So I know flight is technically disabled, but I am a wizard. I demand flight, and I will get flight. If you don't know what I'm doing, I'm just simply toggling the jetpack on and off, which gives you enough to actually boost yourself forward. Is this cheating? No, it's beating the system, in my opinion. And yeah, There ain't no way that I'm walking like 2,000 blocks to get to this temple. No way whatsoever. Yeah, Corel tombstones, man. Alright, let's just start to descend here. It's coming into view. Hey, look, right there. Piglitches. 1, 2, home. Haha. Alright, let's go to the bottom. That's actually not the bottom, it's this one. So in this chamber over yonder. Yeah. I totally would not do that if I could actually normally fly, because then I wouldn't feel so bad, but you know. Let's grab a tank, because I want to empty this. Alright, here we go. Completely empty. Dropping down a piglich. The piglich has been devoured. That filled the entire thing. Holy crap. Oh, goodness. It didn't even fill just one. It filled both of them. Yeah, I don't use the travel staff that much, so it definitely wasn't me. But man, that is nuts. I wish these things had bigger tanks. That thing just ate it. Oh, that was awesome. I forget that these things basically just kill things in one hit. Because now I'm curious. So if we toggle this off, right? This guy, if I just spawn him, I kind of want to not waste this guy, but I'm doing it. So that just immediately KOs them. I forgot the Mob Crusher does that. I didn't even get a part from that, by the way. But that is so much pink slime that it's not even funny. Holy crap. I mean, I kind of want to get a mob duplicator now. Maybe that's something for a future episode. Mob duplicator, huh? Get out of my inventory. Goodness gracious. Get me out of here. The eggs, they're attacking. Oh, okay. That was awesome. That was a good thing to look at. Yeah, I'm honestly, I think it may be based on health. Genuinely. I really need to get the Ender Dragon killer set up again. I might try that again this season. I did that in the Direwolf 20 pack. Completely automated the Ender Dragon. That was nuts. And I did it just because I wanted the hearts from Bobley's. The Bobley heart canisters. And then I did the Warden. The sad thing is with the Warden, though, is you can't fully automate the Warden. Because you have to have somebody standing next to it. And it's really annoying. Okay. But I think we're going to wrap this one up here. This has been fun. I genuinely have enjoyed this stream. I'm hoping we can kind of refine this. And what I may do is I may just kind of get a better refinement of this and then do like a tutorial video outside of Aldemon's 9 like series. Not 100% sure. We'll look at it. But anyway, thank you guys. Thank you, Morning, for stopping by. Thank you for dealing with my craziness and the ideas that I may have or may not have sometimes. But yeah, thank you. Stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.